Hello everyone, in this video we will be discussing General Register Organization under Unit 2 Part 2 CPU. Right. We'll start discussion with acronym CPU. CPU is an acronym for Central Processing Unit. Now what is this CPU will do? CPU performs bulk of data processing operations. Performs bulk of data processing operation. This is very important. Data processing operations. Right. Now the CPU is made up of three components. First one is control unit. Second one is register set. And third one is ALU. Now this control unit is one of the components of CPU, supervises the transfer of data among registers and instructs the ALU as to which operation to perform. Okay, right. Now what about this register set? This register set stores intermediate data during micro operations. Now ALU performs arithmetic logic shift micro operations for executing the instructions. Now this CU controls or supervises the transfer of data among registers, right? That's why this arrow mark. Now this CU also supervises the ALU while performing the arithmetic, logic and shift micro operations. Now ALU takes the data from registers and performs arithmetic, logic, shift operations. And once the operation is done, the data is stored back to the registers. That's why this arrow mark. Now this is what the CPU, which is made up of three components: control unit, ALU, register set. In this organization, it is being used more than one processor register. That is, this organization uses 7 registers. R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6 and R7 registers. Now intermediate data. What is this intermediate data? Intermediate data is a data which is resulted during micro operations. If this intermediate data is placed in memory, during micro operation, then what happens? Then there results time consuming operations. Time consuming operation in computer. Right? To avoid this time consuming operation in computer, we have been used processor registers. To store intermediate data. Now, in this organization, it is being said that we have been using 7 processor registers. Now, if there are more than one processor registers or many registers, then there is a requirement of efficient system that connects all the processor registers. Now that particular efficient system is that common bus system. This common bus system connects all the processor registers in efficient manner. Now these particular registers R1 to R7 registers communicate among themselves not only for data transfer but also while performing arithmetic, logic and shift micro operations. Right? Now let us see a bus organization for 7 CPU registers. First we take 7 registers R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6, R7. These are the 7 registers used during this particular organization. Now we take ALU. We take ALU that performs 32 operations. Since it performs 32 operations, there is a requirement of 5 input lines. 5 input lines. Right? So why 5 input lines? Because 32 is equal to 2 power 5. So power represents lines, number of lines. So these 5 lines are denoted by OPR, means operation. Right. Now to this ALU we are connecting 2 buses. First is A bus, second one is D bus. Now it is possible to put only one register onto these buses, A bus or B bus, right? So that's why we take multiplexers for each bus. Multiplexer for each bus. Okay, right. So this is MUX, multiplexer denoted by MUX. Is also MUX. Okay. So why I have taken MUX? Because it is only possible to put only one register onto the bus, right? So that's why I am taking MUX. So the output of each register is connected to the MUX. How it is connected? To the input lines. So how many input lines are there for this MUX? 8 input lines. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now here also how many input lines? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 means 8 input lines, right? The output of each register is connected to the input line of the MUX. R2 is connected to the second line. See here. Now what about this one? R1 connects to the now R2 output line MUX. Okay, right. Now R3 is connected to R4 is connected to, right, again 3. Here 4. Now R5. Now here 5. This MUX. R6. Now here R6. Now finally R7. Now here R7. Right? So what about the 0th line? To this 0th line, input signal is connected. And we are connecting input signal. Right? So these are the input lines. From where the input lines are coming? From the output of the each registers. Okay, right. Now see here, the output comes out from ALU. Where it goes? Output goes to again registers. Output goes to registers. Right? So output of ALU connects to the input of the registers. All the registers. Right? So the output which is coming from ALU, the output which is coming from ALU goes to the only one of the registers, either R1 or R2 or R3 or R4, R5, R6 or R7, right? Only one register, okay, right? To which register this particular output has to go, that is decided by this particular decoder, 3/8 decoder. So since there are 7 registers, I am using 3 input lines to select one of the registers, right? So these 3 input lines are denoted by SELD, right? So these 3 input lines will select one of the registers. So how it will select? It will enable the load signal of that particular registers. So this here I am writing only one arrow mark, but there are 8 arrow marks towards each registers. So load signal will enable one of the registers based on the input. Suppose if these particular input lines are 0, 0, 1. 0, 0, 1 means which one? 1. So which register will get activated? R1 register will get activated. To this R1 output goes, right? If SELD is like 1, 1, 1, which register will be selected? 7 register will be selected, R7. So the output goes to the R7. How it goes? Because the corresponding load signal, R7 load signal will become high. Okay. At that time what happens? The output goes to that particular register, right? Now see here. Now here this mux has got how many input lines? 8 input lines. So that's why I'm using how many? 3 control variables. So these 3 control variables are denoted by SELA, selection A. Now here also 8 input lines. That's why how many selection variables will be there or control variables will be there? 3. Now these 3 are denoted by selection B, SELB, right? So what does it mean? If SELE is 0, 0, 1, what happens? R1 register content will be put on bus A, right? If SELA is 0, 0, 1 means what happens? The content of R1 will be put on to the A bus, right? If SELB is 0, 0, 1 means what happens? Again the R1 content is put on to the B bus, put onto the B bus, right? Suppose if SCLA is 010, what is this? 010 means 2, right? So which register? R2 register will be put onto the A bus. Why? Because SCLA, this is selection line A. That's why I am putting onto the bus A, right? If SCLB is 010, now what happens? The R2 register content will be put onto the B bus. Okay, right. Now we'll understand how this general register organization in CPU performs operations. Let us take operation R1 content is sum of R2 content and R3 content. Now this is what the operation. Now how this particular operation is performed by this particular CPU using general register organization, right? Let us see. So for this particular operation, control unit will generate control word. Now this control word is a collection of the following: SELA, SELD, SELD and OPR. Now this is the general format of control word, right? So to perform any operation in the general register organization, control unit will generate a control word. Now what is control word? Control word is a collection of SELA, SELB, SELD and OPR. Now this is a general format. Now for this particular operation, I'll be writing the control word. Now what is SELA? See here, selection lines, selection line. Now which register? R2 register, R2 register, right? R2 register means what is that? 0, 1, 0. Now SELB means R3. R3 means 0, 1, 1. Right? Now to which register the content has to move? Output has to go R1 register. So R1 register means SELD. Right? SELD means 0, 0, 1. Now what is the operation? What is the operation here? Sum operation. So sum operation is denoted by how many bits? See here, OPR 5 bits. So that's why for addition 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Now this is a 5-bit code for addition operation, right? So this is what the control word for this particular operation. What is that operation? This particular operation, right? With this we have completed general register organization. In the next video we will be discussing instruction format. Thank you.